Good morning, Triton, and welcome to our second episode of VTV. I'm Jessica, here with Hannah.
As freshmen, there have been a lot to get used to here in the high school. There's more homework, more responsibility,
More good-looking boys.
and new classes.
One of those classes is Adventure Ed with Mr. Hownham. We followed some of the freshmen to get their reactions to this unique course offering.
Adventure Ed is a class that all freshmen take. It's in lieu of their physical education credit. And what we do is we utilize the pole courses that we have here, the climbing wall, and the class is based on building trust, respect, teamwork, and cooperation. Oh, there we go. In class we'll do stuff like the trust fall, flying squirrel, hamper pole, mohawk walk, all different kinds of challenges. What I need you guys to do the first is to set up a zipper. So we need 4 and 4. I'm not going to follow you, just demonstrators. Ready? 1, 2, 3, juggling!
I'm looking forward to the flying squirrel because I'm afraid of heights, so it'll be a challenge for me.
I think walking across that tightrope or either going down the zip line. Are you scared? No. Because I feel like it's going to be hard to climb up those things.
Well, the first one that I was looking forward to was the flying squirrel, but we just did it, and I really liked it because I was kind of afraid of heights, but then when I did it, I realized I actually am not afraid of heights. I like going up and feeling the sensation I get when I fall.
We do a high risk activity that's high on the ground, off of the ground. You don't have to do that, but you all have to offer the class something. Be on the rope team, belay, ladder, spotter, so there's something for everybody to do.
I have done the trust fall and the levitation, and I think the trust fall from the top bleacher was the most scary.
I've done the flying squirrel and then we did trust falling.
Alright, back up! Yeah.
I feel like trust falling was the most scary when we trust falled off the bleachers because the bleachers were high up.
Oh, Ken's actually doing it.
I didn't really trust my class on catching me.
We did the trust falls, the levitation,
1, 2, 3, juggling!
the falling off the bleachers, and the flying squirrel. The most scary one for me is probably when we fell off the bleachers, because it was, it's not as high as the flying squirrel, but you're falling into people's arms instead of being attached to a pulley system, so someone could slip and fall and drop you.
I like it because for most of the kids it's different. It's not the typical phys ed program, and they're enthusiastic about it, and it's something new for them. So that's what I like doing that.
Falling.
Away.
Coming down.
Down.
I think you could apply these lessons to life after class because you could have better experience with teamwork, so you can use them outside of school.
Don't be afraid to fall, because you can't if you never try.
Adventure education holds a great importance to the school. The students learn to cooperate and trust each other throughout the year while doing fun activities. The students face their fears in high-risk activities and become more comfortable with their classmates. They branch out of their comfort zones in an exciting new way.
A change to the lunchtime experience this year has been the addition of the deli bar in the cafeteria.
Now, if students don't want the hot lunch on the menu, they have the option to create their own sandwich from the deli bar.
Here's a story by Robbie Scalfani to explain.
The Triton cafeteria has been undergoing several changes as of recently, including the addition of new menus, 2 dynamically changing TV screens, and a make-your-own deli bar.
What options do they have?
They had many options, much like Subway.
You have so many choices to choose from. There's ham, there's a bunch of cheeses, there's a bunch of meats there. The deli bar is almost like Subway. You can make your own subs, wraps.
How often do you get lunch at the deli bar?
A couple times a week.
I go pretty much every day.
What's your favorite combination?
Roast beef, lettuce, and mayonnaise, just like Mama used to make.
My favorite combination would have to be ham and cheese.
I'd say probably ham and salami. Maybe a little bit of cheese on there and some lettuce. Yeah, it's pretty good.
What would you like to see from the cafeteria next?
Probably better things to buy, like besides the main meal, like chips and stuff, but better desserts.
I'd like to see more smoothies. Able to bring soda in.
The school has been listening to the opinions of the students and decided to create an even better lunch experience with the addition of the deli bar and healthier foods to the menu. Now that so many changes are occurring to our cafe, it's clear to see that lunchtime at Triton is quickly improving.
For many Triton students, competing in a varsity sport is one of the highlights of their high school career.
Not only is it a great way to stay in shape, but it's also an honor to compete for your school and show your Viking pride.
The cross-country team is one of the larger teams of the fall season, and Sarah Magicomo put together this behind-the-scenes story for us.
We would allow anybody who's new to the sport to come at it at their own pace and their own ability level, and it's just a chance to really learn the sport of running, which is one of the most fun sports around. I started coaching cross country. I was actually the track coach, and a job opened up, and so I applied and got the job, and at that time I wasn't really all that knowledgeable about distance running. I thought I was. But in the 10 or 12 years I've been doing this now, I've realized how much is involved with distance running and really come to love the sport. It's really come to be one of my favorite things to do, both as a runner myself now and working with runners. It's just one of the best parts of my life. Our team is performing about what I would have expected. We're very young. We do have a lot of new girls on the team, because the girls are getting into shape and they're learning the sport, and I think they're going to be pretty good. I'm really excited about that. So we're really all over the Cape Ann League and some of the most beautiful places. Cross country, one of the nice things about it is the ability to get out and run in some of the most beautiful scenery that New England has to offer. A cross country race needs to be between 2.7 and 3.1 miles, but really that's about the only requirement, and that's another thing that makes the sport really cool. If you're playing soccer, you're playing field hockey, you're going to be on the same dimension field no matter where you go. Cross country is a different challenge every week. Some courses are in the woods, and some courses are over fields, and some have hills and some don't, and it's just a different challenge, a different setting and scenery every single week, and the kids really love that. It's one of the cool things about the sport. We've already raced against Masconomet and Newburyport and Manchester, Essex, and everybody who doesn't have a sport should be doing cross country. It's the one sport that you can really take up in high school and do it for the rest of your life. And at any given time, you can drive around your neighborhood, you're going to see people out there running, and people of all ages. And it's a great way to get into a healthy lifestyle and healthy habits that you can continue with. If you're a star football player or a star soccer player, you might go out and do those sports in college, but very few are going to be able to do that. You become a runner and you've got something you can do for the rest of your life.
Last Friday night, the Triton football team took on one of their division rivals, the Newburyport Clippers, in what turned out to be a close match with a wild ending.
Here's Devin Anderson with the highlights.
On October 11th, the conditions for a football game were perfect. Triton hosted Newburyport for the first home game of the season. Although both teams had prepared for a competitive rivalry match, the fans worked together to support the Dan McBarber Institute by donating to Triton's Whiteout fundraiser. Newburyport scored first on a 50-yard run from scrimmage, going up 7-0 against the home team.
It's a handoff that goes over to Carpenter. Carpenter at the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's in for the score, a 50-yard run. Wow.
Triton answered with a 30-yard pass play from quarterback Brad Whitman to receiver Jack Germinara.
And in for the score, Jack Germinara.
After missing the extra point, Newburyport scores on some trickery, pulling off a 40-yard halfback pass, going up 13-6.
Terrian puts the pass up in the air. It's complete. Right around the 10, and did he go in? Yes, he did. He was able to make the run into the end zone.
Following an inspirational performance by the Triton Marching Band at halftime, Triton tied the game on a 20-yard pass play to wide receiver Justin Cashman.
Throw, puts it downfield into the end zone. down, touchdown! Cashman. What a catch.
Newburyport came storming back with an 80-yard pass play of its own, which proved to be the game winner as the Clippers pulled off the upset victory over the Triton Vikings.
The 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, he's at the 10, and he is... Touchdown. Did he go in? Yes, in for the touchdown. 77 yards.
Triton's record stands at 3-2, with the North Reading Hornets coming to town this Friday night. The Vikings hope to rebound from this disappointing loss and hope to see an even larger crowd supporting the team this week.
We hope you will come to the game again this Friday night at 7 p.m. in the stadium to root for the Vikings.
Thanks for watching this episode of VTV. For Hannah, I'm Jess. Have a great weekend.
Emily's just sitting there judging us.
Because she has nothing better
Stop
to do.
judging.
My palms.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Did I pronounce his last name right?
Now, if students don't want the hot one.
We'll take it. It wasn't good, but we'll take it.
Can I point to Hannah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bam.
Me?
Yeah. It's done.
That's a wrap.